Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Again, I tell you, my tardiness is it's getting worse and worse and worse. I'm about 7 minutes late this time, allowing for the intro video and stuff. So I'm getting worse. But hopefully you'll forgive me because it's been due to trying to support some technical challenges we've had. So what you'll notice if you've been watching any of these before, hopefully you will notice the difference in my web camera, because everything before has been blurry and kind of washed out, and now obviously I look stunning and gorgeous in full HD and kind of saturated color and everything, so it looks like I'm almost human. So we have two guests for you today. One of them is a friend of mine I've known for quite a while, probably about 3 or 4 years now, who comes on our open mic circuit, and he's been kind of following around. He's got together with a bunch of people, and we've been doing some Zoom sessions for quite a while, and he's now ventured on to he's done some Facebook live streams, and now he's venturing on to doing some stuff with me here. The only problem is, for some reason, his laptop is, when he tries to join, it's lagging seriously badly. So at the moment, he is frantically behind the scenes trying to reset his router, do all of that stuff to come back on and join us. And bless him, he's kind of going, really sorry, really sorry. And I've said, don't worry about it. This is for fun, and it's a good opportunity just to chill out. So just as soon as you get it sorted, come back in and we'll sing some songs. So it might be that we're one guest down. And then I have another guest who you probably will have seen before because he was on a few weeks back, and he has also done our Songbird session. And that is the fabulous Mr. Joe Bayliss, who will be singing hopefully lots of his original songs because they're excellent and they're brilliant. And then we were supposed to have young Mr. Butter Voice Schemmel, but unfortunately he's still suffering a bit with a headache and that he can't seem to sort of get. So we're running Songbird sessions tomorrow, so I wanted to make sure that he didn't push himself tonight so that he was rough tomorrow, because we need him for that. So I need to keep looking up there because obviously the screen's there and I'll keep looking up there. So I'll sing a song for you, and then we'll get our guests in, and hopefully it'll all be all right. So I can see my other guest has popped on, so hopefully he's managed to clear the problems and he's all right. So I'll sing a song for you first of all, and this one is called Hallelujah, Mr. King. And I need to switch on the comments so I can see who's on. Hello, Jenny. Sam is watching with Jenny, so bless him. Hi, William. Good driving beat. Do you know what? I love that intro video, so I'm going to have to turn that into a song of mine somehow. Must look at the right place. Dawn Marie Zirkle. Hello from across the pond. It looks a lot better, doesn't it? It looks so much clearer. And good old Bob Somerville, our old bass player friend. The only thing the camera does is if you can see the neck on my guitar, you'll see it looks kind of like someone's bent it. That's a bit weird, but it's much clearer. If this is just a test on a cheap one. If it works okay, I will get a better one that doesn't make me look like I'm warped in space. So here we go. I'll start you off with a bit of Hallelujah, Mr. King. Got the reverb already, haven't I? That sounds so much nicer. It was 6 o'clock in Dallas, and a skybus made it 10. I was heading back to England the same way I came in, changing in Atlanta to catch a red-eye flight. When the captain spoke, said the plane was broken, we'd have to stay the night. In the early hours of morning, with nothing else to do, I sat and watched the shadows dance for at least an hour or two. Had a little time to kill, to take in one last thing. It was was 7 miles and $15 to Martin Luther King. We pulled up on the sidewalk, bathed in golden light. It was a monument they laid for him, stood quiet like a knight. An old man played piano, and a young man sang along, and I felt the pride that echoed as he cried his gospel song. He sang, "Oh Lord, hallelujah." He sang, "Oh Lord, hallelujah," once again. Everything I am, I owe it to you. He sang, "Oh Lord, hallelujah, Mr. King." So I walked on up the street to the house that held his youth. No guarded gate, no fence around, I was shocked to tell the truth. Just 20 feet of pathway lay before me on the floor, and I walked on up to Martin's house and I knocked upon his door. I'm not sure what I expected, but the silence was reward. So I knocked again, but he wasn't in, he was busy with the Lord. And I sang, "Oh Lord, hallelujah." I heard, "Oh Lord, hallelujah," once again. Everything I am, I owe it to you. I heard, "Oh Lord, hallelujah, Mr. King." So I went on round the backyard to the place where he would play. This youthful boy, unaware of the part that he would play. And I heard, "Oh Lord, hallelujah." And I heard, "Oh Lord, hallelujah," once again. Everything I am, I owe it to you. And I heard, "Oh Lord, hallelujah, Mr. King." I heard, "Oh Lord, hallelujah, Mr. King." I heard, "Oh Lord, hallelujah, Mr. King." A little bit of "Hallelujah, Mr. King," and just so you know, I can't stop looking down. The weird thing is, I keep looking at myself. How vain and not, that's terrible. I only do it because it's my frame of reference, whereas when I look at the camera, it feels like I'm looking at a piece of plastic. But I know I'm looking at all of you, of course. So just to let you know, that song, if you haven't already kind of heard and seen the posts on Facebook, I am finally releasing the album. So this, I'm sure this has been about 2 years in the coming. So if you've been following along on my music page or on Instagram or wherever, you'll see I'm releasing a track a day, so that you can hear all the songs that are going to be on the album, kind of day by day, and those sorts of things, and pick out your favourites. And I'm trying to just build people up ready to be excited when it comes out, because I'm super excited. And in the background as well, I'm just having the covers created ready for the printing of the actual CD cases for physical CDs as well. So that's something really excited. Again, just hello, Sarah. Nice to see you. Hello, Andy and friends. Yeah, it was Andy and friend, but I can now see that Steve is here, so that's good. Dawn Maria used to live in Memphis. Yeah, so I didn't twig until I went to not Memphis, Atlanta, and then I didn't realise that he died in Memphis, but just lived and was born and raised in Atlanta. So that was quite interesting, because I was going to say, we've seen his house, can we see where it actually happened? And obviously someone said it was in Memphis. I was like, oh, that's a bit of a distance away, so we won't be going there then. Okay, so we'll bring in my guests, so you don't have to listen to me droll on. And I shall remind me in the comments, if I'm not looking at the camera, remind me to look at the camera, so I'm speaking to you all. So the first of my guests, as I say, I've known this guy for about 3 years. So I run an open mic, for those of you who don't know. And this guy came along to one of our open mics, started playing guitar and singing some songs, connected with a couple of other guys, and they've now formed a little group as well, which does Beatles songs and cover songs like that. And it's great to see him kind of come on in that last 3 years is fantastic. But also, what I didn't realise until a while back is he can write songs. So he wrote a song, and then one evening he shared that with us, and I thought, that's a great song. And I've already said to him at some point, I want to cover that song because I really like it. So now he's written about 4 or 5 songs that I'm hoping through the course of tonight he'll do at least some of them, as well as some of the cover songs he likes to do. So give a warm welcome to my good friend here, Mr. Steve Franklin. And I am praying that this all works okay, and that the poor soul doesn't lose connection or anything again. You look nice and clear this time.
Yeah, fairly traumatic introduction. I mean, we never had a chance to do a sound check, so Andy, perhaps you could just tell me if that sounds all right. It's not peaking at this end. It's about middle. Does that sound all right?
Yeah, it sounds nice and clear to me. Our audience will kind of give a bit of feedback as well.
And likewise, nice the guitar is not particularly loud at this end. I've just tried to get it as the best I can. So, yeah, if there's an issue, no doubt somebody will tell us.
Yeah, well, if you've got, is it as high as it can go on your mixer then?
No, because if I crank it to the top, the output definitely peaks. It's way in the yellow and red.
You can don't forget, sometimes the sound that you hear, we hear slightly differently. Yeah. So you can probably actually whack your gain a little bit further up, and you'll get a bit of good reference there.
Okay.
We'll play around with it. Once you've done a song, we'll be able to say, yeah, notch your guitar up a little bit or whatever. So that'll be fine. You sound nice and clear.
All right. Thank God for that.
Dawn from across the pond says you're sounding good. So.
Just wait till I start singing, you might change your mind. Yeah, thanks to Andy for. Sorry, thanks to Andy for having me on. And as he said, I just started going to open mics about 3 or 4 years ago. After a lifetime of wishing I'd joined a band or formed a band, and of course never actually did, but never too late. No, exactly. Yeah, I'm going to do a 2 or 3 originals a bit later, but I thought just to begin with, we'd sort of start with something fairly
okay. Before you start, let me bring Joe in as well, and we'll have a catch up with Joe, and then we'll kind of hand over to you, and you start off doing a song. Just because I don't want to leave Joe sat in because it's almost like leaving him sat in the corner of the room, and he knows he's there as well.
Okay.
So my other good friend I've already explained is Joe Bayliss, who hopefully most of you I think will have seen before, whether it's on here or on the Songbird sessions. I'm forgetting everything today. It's terrible. So welcome, Joe.
Hello.
Evening,
Hi,
Joe.
Steve.
Evening.
No, I did chastise him about the fact that he's moved location from his gorgeous kind of balconied landing area to what looks like the office. But, needs must. Apparently his son wheezes too loud in the toilet and you can hear it on the camera.
It's true.
So Dawn says, hello, Mr. Bayliss.
Hiya, Dawn. Keep putting those lovely pictures on Facebook.
Yeah,
she's been putting some great shots on Facebook recently.
You're due for snow, I would have thought, aren't you, at some point? If you haven't already got it.
Yeah,
being that you're quite a bit further north, aren't you? That's Dawn, not Joe, obviously. Joe.
Yeah, I was going to say we're about 20 miles away, weren't we?
Yes, that's it, yeah. Okay, so are you going to do some new songs or songs that are already... we've heard before and things. Have you got anything new on the horizon?
I've gone completely opposite way. Andy, I thought I'm so fed up of lockdown. I've got so many new songs on the go. and I keep playing all the ones on the album that I've not been able to record. So I've gone back, and I'm going to do a couple tonight from about 5 years ago, I think, from album number 2.
Okay, look, you know it's showing off when someone says album number 2, and
Yes,
some
that's
of
right.
us are struggling to get our first one out. So, yeah. All right,
Quality,
show
not
off.
quantity, Andy, keep remembering.
Yeah. No, I'll go for quantity. Quality can come second, yeah. So Dawn's saying she's had snow. So, yeah, so put some snow pictures on because it will get us ready for when we get it.
Yeah.
If we get it. Right, okay, so we'll go straight on to Steve then. Steve, what are you going to sing for us first?
I thought I'd start off with something that I think most people will know. I always said Tim Harding is probably well known for 2 songs in particular. One, of course, is Reason to Believe, made famous by Rod Stewart. And the other one is this one, If I Were a Carpenter. So I'm just going to start with that one.
Is this, so can I just check, is this the Johnny Cash If I Were a Carpenter?
I've got no idea.
Okay. Okay,
Well, it's
we'll tell
certainly
you
written by
afterwards.
Tim Harding, that's for sure.
Right. Okay.
I don't know whether Johnny Cash ever did it.
Okay. We'll tell you afterwards.
Yeah, okay, right. I think it was done by the Four Tops and a few other odd characters. Anyway, yeah, and please let me know what's happening to the sound at the other end, because it's, difficult to tell.
We will
Okay,
do.
here we go. We will do. If I were a carpenter, you were a lady, would you marry me anyway? Have my baby. If a tinker were my trade, would you still find me carrying the pots I made, following behind me? Save my love for sorrow, save my love for lonely. If I give you my tomorrow, love me only. If I work my hands in would you still love me? Answer me, baby, yes I would. Put you above me. If I were a miller, mill wheel grinding, would you miss your colourbox, soft shoes shining? Save my love for sorrow, save my love for lonely. If I give you my tomorrow, love me only. If I were a carpenter, you were a lady, would you marry me anyway? Have my baby, would you marry me anyway? Have my baby.
Very good.
Hope that
Very
sounded
good.
half reasonable.
It sounded, to me, you could probably push just a tiny bit more overall volume.
Okay, all right. Overall, both voice and guitar.
Yeah, together. Yeah, because again, because you sing so deep and so softly.
Yeah.
You just need that extra little bit. But it sounded really nice.
Okay.
So it was the song. It's also sung by Johnny Cash and June Carter Cash.
Yeah.
June
Yeah.
Carter, rather.
Yeah, I'm sure it's done the rounds quite a bit.
Well, I mean, I grew up on Johnny Cash songs, and actually then you realise as you come to listen to his songs, how many of his songs weren't actually his songs. He was just singing songs that were written by Bob Dylan or someone else.
Yeah.
Did you see the TV programme this week about his Scottish heritage? That was fascinating.
Oh no,
No,
didn't
no.
know that.
Yeah. The Cashes were from Scotland in
Oh,
Fife.
right. No, I never knew
Yeah.
that.
He
Trump
spent quite a
apparently
lot of
was from
time going
Scotland,
over there.
wasn't he, as well?
Yeah,
Yeah. We
interesting.
must have sent him off on one of those prison barges, I think. Johnny Cash. There's a man. But you have that that suits your voice in terms of my hearing Johnny Cash singing it, because it's that kind of deep, mellow, soft, kind of soothing voice. You almost want to put a pair of slippers on and smoke a cigar. It's that relaxing. It's really nice. It's good.
Well,
Your guitar
you
sounds
know,
really good as well.
I think you know me by now, Andy. I think my ideal register is somewhere about Leonard Cohen level. Out of my boots somewhere. Anyway,
Well, I hope
are
you're doing a Leonard Cohen tonight as well.
Well, I can do. Yes, it's there if I want it.
Okay.
Chelsea Hotel, something like that.
I love the Chelsea Hotel. It's one of my
Yep.
favourites. Okay, well done.
Thank you.
We have a round of applause from Sarah. Dawn Marie saying always love that song, especially when Johnny Cash sung it.
Yeah, sorry about
Johnny
that.
Cash fans. Joe, what are you doing for us?
This song's called Mona Lisa. As I say, it's about 5 years old, but yeah, wanted to bring it back.
Oh, right. Not the one from the 60s.
No,
Mona
not the
Lisa,
one by
Mona Lisa.
Fabulous Nat King Cole. No.
Is it?
Can you just have a quick listen to the guitar? Because I've had to change all my settings recently, Andy. I had lots of problems with Focusrite, and
Yeah.
I've got it all sorted. Touch
Okay.
wood. But just want to check on the sound.
Have you got the echo cancellation switched off? Just because it...
No.
So switch that off because it sounds like it's doing the usual.
Okay, it's off.
That sounds better. Just more volume.
Okay. On guitar or both?
We haven't sung yet, so the guitar definitely. I would say overall because you're sounding a little bit quiet, so I would say push it overall. Yeah.
Okay. Right. I'll give it a whirl at that.
Is it?
So yeah, this is called Mona Lisa. Hope you like it. They said sticks and stones would break my bones, but words and names would never hurt me. But the soundtrack in my head from the things that you said the day you took your smile from me. Hey Mona Lisa, where have you gone? Hey Mona Lisa, where are you? Hey Mona Lisa, where have you gone? A smile is left without me. Walk in the fields, I swear I see your face as the leaves and the branches dance their embrace, and cloud formations passing over me that were kissing and parting like my memory. Hey Mona Lisa, where have you gone? Hey Mona Lisa, where are you? Hey Mona Lisa, where have you gone? A smile is left without me. your bedroom poses, flowers looking pretty for the birds and the bees, and kissing and parting like my memories. Hey Mona Lisa, where have you gone? Hey Mona Lisa, where are you? Hey Mona Lisa, where have you gone? Your smile has left without me. 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 Your smile has left without me.
That's beautiful.
Yep. Delightful.
Beautiful.
I haven't played that in
lovely.
years.
You need to play that a bit more often. That's a gorgeous
thank you.
song. That's really nice. So on your guitar, your bass is coming through really bassy.
I've just noticed, actually. I must have knocked it. I've just turned that down.
Okay.
Yeah.
And your vocal could do with just more volume on it because
Okey-doke.
it's a bit behind your guitar. But your guitar, your high strings sound lovely. Sound perfect.
Okie doke.
And the volume's good on your guitar.
Good, thank you.
Yeah. So Dawn Marie's gone brilliant lyrics as always. All right, don't
Thank
tell
you,
him that
Dawn.
too much. But he's not sounding right. Yeah, he's figured it out. He'll crack it.
Can I ask where is Dawn based, by the
Dawn
way?
is based in. She's in the US. She's in the northern part of the US. I can't remember
Right.
specifically where. I want to say somewhere like.
It's okay.
Not.
You're just waiting
The
for her
northern
to
states.
type it out now, aren't you?
Yes,
No, I'm-
exactly.
For some reason, my brain's gone out of the northern states.
Okay. That's all right. Don't worry. Sorry, I asked.
Take me back to the Black Hills, about Dakota.
Michigan.
No,
There we are.
Michigan.
Michigan.
There you go.
Oops, typo. Yep.
I was born Saginaw, Michigan. Great song there. Great song there. I might try and remember that one day. So I am right, aren't I? In my geography, Michigan is north, isn't it? It's kind of heading up towards the
It's by the
kind of
lakes.
Canadian sort of side. Is it?
Yeah,
Where did you say, Joe?
by the lakes.
The Great Lakes. Yes, lefty. Yeah.
Yes, lefty.
It's not quite the Vancouver-y sort of left, is it? It's sort of a bit more the middle to the left.
Yeah.
Okay. We're getting a geography lesson as well. It's fantastic. See, this is an educational show, not just us singing. Right, so I'm going to do a new one. Now I aired this on our little Zoom session yesterday, and it
Good.
kind of seemed to go okay. So I'm going to do it tonight, and we'll see what you folks say. So this is another story song, as in Lefty Frizzell. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, Lefty Frizzell. If you haven't heard of him, look him up on YouTube. He's this kind of Spanish, kind of Mexican, Texan type singer, and he's got hair out here somewhere. And he brought a unique sound to country music, which was adored by many, many, many people. Great guy. Okay, this is called Seeking Adventure. Turn the reverb on. Billy was 40 when he walked out the door. Said, I don't believe I can take this no more. I've spent half of the life I have suffered trying to do what's right. and the half I have left makes me wonder if it's time I took flight. I work like a horse till the night steals my day, while the man in the limousine dines on my pay. And the more that I try to attain, the less I achieve. And I'm so tired of fighting for something that I don't believe. Give me something to believe in, something that's real, something I can hold on to, a new way to feel. And I promise to share it with someone whose heart I can steal. So I'm seeking adventure before it's too late. I'm leaving behind all the anger and hate, and it sure feels good to be free from the ache and the pain. And I'll laugh with the sunshine and dance like a child in the rain. Give me something to believe in, something that's real, something I can hold on to, a new way to feel. And I promise to share it with someone whose heart I can steal. And when it comes time to recall what I've done, there are things I'll have lost to find the things I have won. And regret is a burden I think I will leave on the road. And the dawn brings the sweet smell of fruits of the seeds I have sown. Give me something to believe in, something that's real, something I can hold on to, a new way to feel. And I promise to share it with someone whose heart I can steal. Give me something to believe in, something that's real, something I can hold on to, a new way to feel. And I promise to share it with someone whose heart I can steal. And I promise to share it with someone whose heart I can steal. There we go. It's actually not called Seeking Adventure at all because I changed the name. It's called Dance Like a Child in the Rain or something. What were you going to say?
I really like that one.
Eh?
I really like that one.
That's
really
all
like
right.
that one.
It's quite upbeat for me. Usually it's...
I wasn't going to say that, Andy.
It's what you meant, though. I know. I could see it in your eyes. It's not...
Andy, everything's upbeat to me compared to mine.
It's not his usual brand of sighing, crying and dying. Yeah.
And doom and gloom.
That's it, yeah. Oh, thank you, Dawn. And look, I even got your name into the song as well. Now, that wasn't by accident. I did that on purpose, just because I value you coming along and supporting us all the time. I hope you heard where I put it in at the end, that last line. Okay.
And I hope the checks are coming through from Andy OK, Dawn.
Bribery does work. It's in fact, for this year, anything works. Yeah, that's right.
Got to.
Mr. Franklin, what are you going to do for us next?
I'm going to do that song that you keep referring to, Andy.
That song. Now, I have to say, people, Steve did a songwriting course with an online university thing. And he said, we've been given this task and I've written this song. And it's kind of quite, when he talks about it, it's quite nonchalant. And he played it and I was like, oh my God, I love that song. It is a proper kind of country folk style song about his hometown and everything. So don't let me steal the thunder. You tell him.
Cross purposes, Andy. That one's coming later.
Oh, okay.
The one I'm doing is down the road, which you
Okay.
you know. Anyway, not to worry. I'll do the
So
one.
I do. This is the one I'm going to cover, isn't it? This is the
Uh,
one I love. This is about the poet, isn't it? The poem.
No, that's the other one. I'll tell you what. I'll do that now. I'll tell you what. Since you've referred to it,
do the one I really love because I really love it. You know.
the one
But I
about the
just
poem.
obviously have paid piss poor attention to remembering how we describe it.
Yeah. Okay. Just give me a second, because even though I wrote the blessed thing, I can never remember the words. Right. Okay.
So
Yeah,
this
the
is
one
down the
Andy's
road.
referring to is I did this songwriting course, and the words aren't mine. It was a poem that was written about my home city, which is Sheffield, and it was a local poet who wrote these verses, and I just put some music to it. So. I mean, actually, there's only a couple of passing references to Sheffield in it. I mean, a lot of it could be about just about any town. It's called My Town, and it's when the guy wrote it, it's from the perspective of somebody who's lived there for some time and sort of reminiscing a little bit. It's not a sad song really, but he's sort of looking back a little bit and reminiscing. So
for those who don't know Sheffield is an old like steel town, and is it mining or is it just steel and that sort of thing?
well, it was steel industry, cutlery, that kind of thing. There was a bit of mining on the outskirts, but mainly it's called the Steel City.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
proper old industrial city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah. So this is the words aren't mine, but but the tune, for better for worse, is it's called My Town. She's my town, I'm not leaving the footsteps I've been weaving where we grew our hair, learned to laugh and swim. Shining roofs ruled by Mars, friends flew by like shooting stars, where we fell in love, then fell out again. I'm walking the street, heading home, leaving silent footprints in the rain. Lovely lasses and brave lads dancing into mum and dad's, the corner shop, the postman that you know. Loners, losers, husband, wives, mystery of unknown lives. How's it been going the last 10 years or so? I'm walking the street, heading home, leaving silent footprints in the rain. Seven valleys, 7 hills, workers float through mills the winter years we all caught a cold in. Distant moors through my window making me my life's hero as I watch my own play unfolding. I'm walking the street, heading home, leaving silent footprints in the rain. Now time's a thief, trees grow tall, one day weeds will cover all. She's wide-eyed staring into sky at night. Back to back's a sleeping sun, fish slow in the river dawn, summer streets like avenues of light. I'm walking the street, heading home, leaving silent footprints in the rain. I'm walking the street, heading home, leaving silent footprints in the rain.
That's so even though the reason I have reverb on is because I was playing along to the song, and the guitar sounds so much nicer playing along to you when it's in reverb. So even though someone else has written the words, the melody, you can't make a fantastic song without having a combining great melody. So I think you've done it proud. I hope the poet guy loved it.
I don't know whether he's heard. Well, I think he's heard it because the online course that we did, he was involved. I don't ever remember him making a comment, to be honest with you.
Steve, dude, seriously, I would send him it.
Yeah.
I would consciously send him it and say, I just thought, I've put the music to this poem of yours, and actually when I play it, we get some really nice feedback and people like it, so I just thought you might like to hear it. I would send it to him. Because we had a guy on the show before called Gareth Heasom, who did a song about a painting by a guy called Remy Labar. And Remy Labar heard the song, and he did a painting especially for Gareth in sort of thanks and stuff like that. So I'm not saying he might write you a poem, but he might like it and make reference to using it somewhere. Let's see, everyone's agreeing with me. Dawn's saying send it to him.
Sold. Thank you.
I'm going to write a song about Enzo Ferrari then in that case.
That's right. Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
I
like that. Pick your subject.
That's it. I've written a song about Nashville, but they don't seem to care yet. Well,
Brilliant.
do you know what? I was listening to that song, Joe, and I thought I could hear Joe's kind of style of writing, singing in there. That's a song I can imagine you doing. Not that you do that many covers, because your songs are good enough anyway. But it had a very much your style about it, I thought.
Interesting.
It's just my
look it up.
non-expert view. Yeah. So so there we go, Steve. You've got some great comments there. Love that from Dawn. Lovely from Sarah Louise.
Yeah.
And Maria. We're joined by Maria as well. Hello, Maria.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm good, thank you. Joined by my two great friends. And we're doing lots of originals. It's almost like an indulgence for me, because I get to listen to people singing songs I like hearing, which is good. So I'm assuming, Joe, you're now going to sing another song that I love of yours.
I don't know. I am going to do one of my new ones, actually. This is May Day. And for anyone who hasn't heard it, this isn't about May Day as in a time of the month after April. This is as in SOS. And it's sort of about, if you know any of them, people who just can't see the good of today. They just think about the bad of tomorrow. Whatever you're doing, it's always going to be worse tomorrow.
What have I told you about writing songs about me? That's not nice, dude. Seriously, right? Over to you. Go for it.
Okay, this is May Day. Rainfall always dampens the sunshine. Grey clouds always follows the blue skies. Why is the sound of silence not broken by a whisper? Why the sweetest dreamers not woken with a kiss? Why the good times stolen, not stored forevermore? And why is your cupboard empty and there's plenty in the store? Always followed by flat line, floating, always punctured by a fall. is the sound of silence not broken by a whisper? And why are the sweetest dreamers not woken with a kiss? Why is the good time stolen, not stored forevermore? And why is your cupboard empty when there's plenty in the store? Today was followed by Mayday, smiling was followed by tears. Why is the sound of silence not broken by a whisper? Why are the sweetest dreamers not woken with a kiss? Why are the good times stolen, not stored forevermore? And why is your cupboard empty when there's plenty in the store? Mayday, 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 mayday. Today I was followed by Mayday. That's Mayday.
Delightful.
I do
Enjoyed
like
that.
one.
Cheers, Steve.
Yeah. And it's those chords.
Yes.
Those chords. I just don't think my finger. It's like doing Twister with your fingers. I just don't think I'd be able to get my fingers in those kinds of positions and
I
stuff.
definitely
They just
think
don't
you're
talk
doing
to each
yourself
other.
a disservice there, Mr. Hughes.
Honestly, they don't. So the little finger here with the metal tip on.
Yeah,
I just can't, because it's missing about that much.
you lose a
That
bit
right-
of. Yeah.
Yeah, that writes off a load of chords straight away. Which is why I play everything in a G shape, because it's the easiest one to play in for me. Yeah. You know, the afflictions we live with. I have to say, I'm loving this camera. I've been watching some of our streams back, and I'm looking at it going, what was I thinking? It's all blurry, it's pixelated, it looks awful. So I said I'm going to get a better camera. And a lot of these ones that people are recommending are like 100 and something pounds. I'm like, I don't need anything quite that grand, you know. I'm already gorgeous, so I don't need a lot of light and technology. So I bought this one for, I think it was something like 28, 30 pounds, something like that. And actually, I have to say, I'm pretty impressed with the clarity and the colour. The only thing is, it would look like somebody wasn't very good at building my house.
Yes.
And your guitar
the-
neck's bent as well. Yeah.
That's it, yeah, because all the walls bend in and stuff like that. So I might have to change the view and get something a little bit less warped. Look at that. I mean, that's right, really weird.
Well, that's what you get when you buy a Martin.
Mr. Bailey, I don't believe you just said that. Do you know what? I haven't even thought about what song to do. I was so busy getting lost in listening to you two fellas that I didn't prepare. So I'm going to do. I'll try this one. I've been producing my album and getting it ready for quite a while, and I've got loads of songs on there that are some of my older songs and some of my favourite songs, but I haven't played them in absolutely ages. So this one is called "The Devil and Me," and I think it's the first track on the album. But I can't remember the last time I played this, so this could be a moment of absolute comedy. And I do give you all permission to laugh as much as you like and ridicule me, because I can take it. I have a thick skin. I'm not thick. I just have a thick skin. Right. So this is called the devil. This is called The Devil and Me. Hello to Steve Bloor as well, who popped on watching, who was on last week. Got some lovely feedback as well. Hello to Dee from Nashville. Originally from Chicago. Don't tell me that. I thought you grew up and was born in Nashville and had all those little child stories of Nashville. That's changed everything now. No, it hasn't. No, it hasn't. Right, here we go. Oh, it would help if I put the capo on the right one. So pray for me, people, because this could go disastrously wrong. And any thing you thought I had of talent will disappear very quickly. While the road's been rough and the lines that I've crossed take their toll, and the body I carry feels its age more of the time. Heaven might be an option. I hope there's a place there for me. I've already lived with the devil and I'm trying to break free. I will rise where I've fallen in spite of all I've done. I'll return a little wiser from the battles that I've won. And maybe if I can just find as hard as I try, then the devil might see underneath I'm a different man. I don't ask for forgiveness or pity the scars that I wear. They taught me the lessons in life and got me to here. Well, the devil, he haunts me, waiting at the edge of my mind. And it's all I can do to keep the devil one step behind. I will rise where I've fallen in spite of all I've done. I'll return a little wiser from the battles that I've won. And maybe if I can just try as hard as I can, then the devil will see underneath I'm a different man. I will rise where I've fallen in spite of all I've done. I'll return a little wiser from the battles that I've won. And maybe if I can just try as hard as I can, then the devil might see underneath I'm a different man. Then the devil might see underneath I'm a different man. Devil and me, devil and me.
Yep, I enjoyed that. Sorry, I ended a bit slow getting off mute.
That's all right. Do you know I've got one of those weird little mouse things that almost when I go to tap on it, it moves position. And it's almost like someone's built a weird game into the laptop. So every time I'm trying to take myself off mute, it takes me about 4 or 5 taps to get it in the right place. It's weird. I swear it was a HP designed thing. So I was really worried about that because I haven't played that properly in, I reckon, getting on for at least a year. So I had 5 minutes before I came on to do the sound check thing with you, Stephen. I thought, if I'm going to do some songs from the album, I need to try and play them.
That sounded great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Look at this. What I love is when you see people having chats with each other in the comments. That's great, isn't it? Yeah.
Yep.
So now they're just completely ignoring us and they're having conversations of their own. That's
Quite
terrible.
right. Yeah, quite
That's
right
terrible.
too.
Terrible.
Quite
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. Brilliant. Okay, Steve, what are you going to do for us next?
Well, I thought I'd give the old 12-string a go. Hopefully the balance is still all right. And this is just a bit of a classic song that was on a 12-string, I believe. Mr. Lightfoot's If You Could Read My Mind. Thought I'd do a bit of a cover.
Love it.
Hope I can
Love
do
it.
it justice. Just because I've changed guitars, just let me know if the guitar's a bit iffy.
Give it a bit of a strum,
Is that all right?
a bit more volume.
Bit more volume.
Yep.
Hang on a minute. What, for voice as well?
No, just your guitar.
Okay.
A little bit more.
Alright.
Bit
Bit
more.
more. Crikey, there's more.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
more. Hang on a minute.
So Dawn Marie's looking forward to this one. She loves it.
Really? Oh my God, the pressure. The pressure.
No, it's not. We're all friends.
That roughly
Okay,
all right?
go with that. Yeah, go with that. I think
Okay,
that's probably
thank you.
about right.
Right. Yeah, Gordon Lightfoot. Is he still with us? I'm not sure.
Yeah, he is. He
Did
did. In fact, in the lockdown, he did the Canadians had him doing a special show on the steps of government building or something about 5-6 months ago.
All right.
He's
Okay.
still touring. Before
Yeah.
lockdown, he was still touring. He's 76, 77, something like that.
Good man. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
why not? You know, I mean, I saw Leonard Cohen on his last tour. I mean, he was mid-70s then. Obviously not with us now, but, you know, mid-70s. It was absolutely
Yeah.
magnificent. Anyway.
Geez, if I can even stand up at 77, I'll be proud. That'd be good.
Yes, exactly.
Right, Mr.
Right,
Gordon
here we go.
Lightfoot.
Okay. Let's see what we can do. If you could read my mind, love, what a tale my thoughts could tell. Just like an old time movie about a ghost from a wishing well. In a castle dark or a fortress strong, chains upon my feet. You know that ghost is me. I will never be set free as long as I'm a ghost, you can see. If I could read your mind, love, what a tale your thoughts could tell. Just like a paperback novel, the kind the drugstore sells. When you reach the part where the heartaches come, the hero would be me. Heroes often fail. You won't read that book again because the ending's just too hard to take. I walk away like a movie star who gets burned in a three-way script. Enter number 2, a movie queen to play the scene, bringing all the good things out in me. But for now, love, let's be real. I never thought I could act this way. I've got to say, I just don't get it. I don't know where we went wrong, but the feeling's gone. I just can't get it back. If you could read my mind, love, what a tale my thoughts could tell. Just like an old-time movie about a ghost from a wishing well. in a castle dark, or a fortress strong, chains upon my feet. The story always ends. If you read between the lines, you know that I'm just trying to understand the feelings that you left. I never thought I could feel this way. I've got to say, I just don't get it. I don't know where we went wrong, but the feeling's gone. I just can't get it back.
Great song. Great
I
song.
think I was a
Did that
little
well.
bit lower than
Did that
Mr.
well.
Lightfoot would have been, but hey, you know, never mind the quality, feel the width.
Yeah. Such an understated writer as
Yeah.
well. Such an understated writer.
Yeah, it's
But
very
in
good.
Canada, I think they hold him up as their most successful, prolific writer of all time. I think.
All right.
So it's weird, isn't it? Because it wasn't until I think what was the three-piece group that took his Early Morning Rain?
Ooh,
Oh,
good
what was
call.
his name?
Um,
Peter, Paul and Mary, was it?
Peter, Paul, and Mary.
Yeah, they took. I think it was them. They took Early Morning Rain and they sort of like slowed it down and softened it up and made it a big hit. And then Elvis done it as well, and it catapulted him into being able to do lots more. And so
Yeah.
they had him touring in England and all sorts.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
great.
bit of a
songwriter.
classic, I think, absolute classic.
Yeah. Dawn, one of my favourites of Gordon. He has so many lovely songs, yeah. And also, he's got some great, really folky songs. What's the one about the boat? Edmund Fitzgerald. Things like that as well. There's some cracking songs in there. You think, how did he write that? I mean, great
Yeah.
storyteller. Great storyteller.
One of my favourites is, I mean, when the three of us are together, we do Sundown, which is one of his. That's a bit rocky, a bit more upbeat. But
Yeah.
yeah, that's a great rolling melody. Just great stuff.
Yeah. 10 degrees and colder down by Boulder Dam. I mean, what a line. That's a great line. We could talk for hours, and we probably will do. Joe, over to you. What are you doing next?
I thought I might do a rare cover.
Joe, how dare you? Terrible.
Just seeing some of the little notes being swapped by our American friends, I thought, I know what I can do. Chicago was mentioned, so I thought I'd give this one a whirl. As the snow flies on a cold and grey Chicago morn, a poor little baby child was born in the ghetto, and his mama cries, 'cause if there's one thing that she don't need, it's another hungry mouth to feed in the ghetto. People, don't you understand? This child needs a helping hand, or he'll grow to be an angry young man someday. Take a look at you and me. Are we too blind to see? Do we simply turn our heads and look the other way? Well, the world turns, and a hungry little boy with a runny nose plays on the street, and the cold wind blows in the ghetto, and his hunger burns. So he starts to roam the streets at night. He learns how to steal, he learns how to fight in the ghetto. And then one night in desperation, a young man breaks away. He buys a gun, As a crowd gathers round an angry young man, face down the street, a gun in his hand in the ghetto. As a young man dies on a cold and grey Chicago morn, a poor little baby child is born in the ghetto.
Lovely. Well done, Joe.
No, carry on playing it. I haven't finished playing along to it.
I could see you noodling away.
I was enjoying that. I was enjoying that. I was doing like all the little bits.
Yes. If only you could play in tandem without any latency.
You know, that's that somebody's got to get over that, haven't they? Somebody's got to work out how can we do it so that delay between someone singing and somebody else singing at the same time is.
I know.
Yep.
Because it does make you sound like a terrible choir on a Sunday afternoon, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Can't sing in key. You can't sing the same song at the same time.
No, it's awful.
On
the weekly Brood sing around that you know, Andy, that we do, they do like an anthem song at the end, as you know, and they try to get everybody to join in with the mics open, and it's chaos.
Why?
And I've even tried sort of singing late to try and be in time. Just doesn't work.
I do that on our Zoom sessions. I try and sing a second earlier to try and get in time with people. It doesn't work. It didn't work because in your head you're still at the same time you were before. It's bonkers. Great song, great
Steve.
song.
Thanks, Steve. Nice comment. Thank you.
Yep. Yeah, I've had a request from Marie. Oh, okay, Marie, what's that? Starry Night. Okay. But it's not the usual request I get, so I'm happy to go with that one.
Yeah.
Usually like clear.
I
clear
know
off.
Kind of requests. Yeah, the pub clearance kind of requests. Yeah.
Are you going to be here much longer? Yeah, okay. Yeah, all right, Marie. I'll stick that. Thank you.
I haven't thought about what else I was going to do. Again, I'm rubbish. I'm so busy listening and enjoying it. I haven't. What about this one? I'll do this one. This is on the album, and I haven't played this in quite a while. It feels slightly wrong to do it because Mr. Schemmel isn't here to sing it with me. But then, even if he was here, he wouldn't be able to sing it with me. So this is Memories Whisper, and this is quite an old song. It's got to be at least 3 years old, I reckon. So, in fact, while I'm singing this, Joe, you can practice your harmonies with it. Remember?
Great.
Yeah. Joe messaged me. Joe put a comment on this when I put it as a track a day song, saying I want to do harmonies on it, and I went, "Yeah, get practicing."
Yeah.
Right. So this is Memories Whisper.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I'm so used to putting myself on mute. I almost put myself on mute then. That wouldn't work. I'm playing Homeward Bound. Tell it's been a while. Memories whisper in the back of my mind, hoping I might find answers to questions easily mislaid. Oh, how the memories fade. In my younger years I can much recall, too much good at all. Hard as I wonder who it is to blame, it always seems to be the same. 'Cause you can't hold somebody to account if you refuse to hold yourself yourself. If the one side of the story you like most is the best one for yourself, you'll never change, you'll never grow, you'll never ever get to know just how beautiful your world can be if you simply learn to let your story go. Spend my time reflecting as I walk in others' shoes. I think I understand. Can't judge another seen through your own eyes. All you see is your own lies. Simple imperfections, cracks within the paint. We try anyway. Try as hard as you will. I hope you can say, give it all I could today. 'Cause you can't hold somebody to account if you refuse to hold yourself. If the one side of the story you like most is the best one for yourself, you'll never change, you'll never grow, you'll never ever get to know just how beautiful your world can be if you simply learn to let your story go.
It's a great song.
Yeah,
that is,
lovely
Andy.
song.
I love that song.
Lovely song.
I do like that. I do like that.
Yep.
I do like that. It was hard. It was hard writing it because it was one of those. If you listen to a lot of my songs, they follow a very similar phrasing when I sing them, but that one doesn't. It's quite different. So I don't know what I was on when I wrote it, but it obviously worked.
That's the most difficult thing I find, actually, if I'm trying to write a new song, is try and get away from whatever I've done before. It's just too easy to, as you say, fall into a bit of a pattern, and you just got to break the mold and think, no, I'm going to start from a completely different angle.
I have to, because I write most of my songs in the same place when I'm kind of lying awake in bed at night. I'm in a relaxed, mellow kind of mood, so the songs I'm writing at that point are miserable, depressing, and sighing, slit your wrist slitters, as some of our colleagues would call them. So I actually have to listen to. So I listen when I wrote some of my faster songs. I was listening to things like Mumford and Sons.
Oh yeah.
And I was listening to some of that, and it was kind of getting my brain to start putting words in that sort of pace and things like that, which was really good tip. So yeah. Right, what are you going to do for us next, Steve?
Well, I'm going to respond to Marie's request, actually. It would be churlish not to.
Don't forget my favourite one.
Yeah, yeah. Marie requested Vincent, Starry Night and all that. Actually, in fairness, Marie, for those of you who don't know, most of you on here probably will, but Marie ran, along with Andy, the open mic that I first started going to about 3 or 4 years back, where I met Andy and loads of other great folks. And Vincent is a song that Marie often did herself. So I sort of feel like I'm doing a cover of not Don McLean, but I'm doing a cover of Marie's song. So hope
and
I
it
can
is on
do
Facebook. It is on
Pardon?
Facebook. The two of you doing it, I think, is on Facebook, so you can still find it.
Oh, with Marie singing it.
I think so. I'm pretty sure.
Okay. So, Mr. McLean's, well, I suppose it is a classic in a way, isn't it? starry night. Paint your palette blue and grey. Look out on a summer's day with eyes that know the darkness in my soul. Shadows on the hills. Sketch the trees and the daffodils. Catch the breeze and the winter chills in colours on the snowy linen land. Now I understand what you tried to say to me. How you suffered for your sanity. How you tried to set them free. They would not listen, they did not know how. Perhaps they'll listen now. Starry, starry night. Flaming flowers that brightly blaze. Swirling clouds in violet haze. Reflecting Vincent's eyes of china blue. Colours changing hue. Morning fields of amber grain. Weathered faces lined in pain are soothed beneath the artist's loving hand. Now I understand what you tried to say to me. I suffered for your sanity. I tried to set them free. They would not listen, they did not know how. Perhaps they'll listen now. For they could not love you. Still your love was true. And when no hope was left inside on that starry, starry night, you took your life as lovers often do. But I could have told you, Vincent, this world was never meant for one as beautiful as you. Starry, starry night. Portraits hung in empty halls. Nameless heads on nameless walls. Eyes that watch the world and can't forget, like the strangers that you met. Ragged men in ragged clothes. Silver thorn, the bloody rose, lie crushed and broken on the virgin snow. Now I think I know what you tried to say to me. How you suffered for your sanity. How you tried to set them free. They would not listen, they're not listening still. Perhaps they never will.
Lovely, 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 lovely.
Thank you very much.
Lovely.
Thank you.
I was trying to sing along, but my voice just doesn't go as deep as yours. So I either had to go, starry, starry night, or I had to go really, really low, starry, starry
Yeah, that's
night.
what I sound like at the opposite end of the scale, Andy.
No, rubbish, rubbish, rubbish.
Right.
Haven't heard that in quite some time.
Yep.
Andy
I'm
tried
running
to
out of
steal the
wine,
show.
Andy.
Do you know what? I fear I may have accidentally hit the unmute button while I was singing. I went to put a piece of paper for a song down on my laptop and it went to slide off, so I went to grab it and I think I might have unmuted myself.
Well, I never
partway
heard a
through.
thing, Andy, so don't worry.
Didn't hear you.
No.
I think I caught it quite quickly, so it was probably seconds. No more than a minute, or at least
embarrassing.
no more than 4 minutes, at least. yeah. The joys of this bloody laptop, I tell you.
Yep.
So, so I bought a new webcam, and I've also bought a new light as well. Just because the lights in here are rubbish. So if I press this,
Ooh, flash.
Oh.
Very
it
flash.
goes very dark, and if I do that, it goes quite bright. So the first thing I did, I said, this is to make me look even more gorgeous on camera. And the first thing Tanya said was, "Oh, that looked good for me doing my makeup in the mornings." So she said, "While you're not using it, I'll have it." I'm like, "Dude, seriously? This is my toy, not yours." Okay.
Yeah.
So Joe, what are you going to do this time? Hurricane,
Well,
hummingbird.
This is this is very risky, actually. This is really This is about 6 years old. I used to love playing this song for a long time, and then I just stopped playing it for some reason. So I thought I'd try and resurrect it. It's called The Mask.
From album number 1?
Number 2. And it was
Show
about
off.
it was sort of about and I've had a lot of experience in this. It was about you've had a relationship, hasn't worked out, and you think, oh, not again, I'm never doing that again, never again, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And then the fact that just talking to lots of people in similar situations, and they'll say things like never doing it again, or they'll say I'm never going to give everything this time, I'm keeping something back, type of thing. So that was the song, and it was called The Mask. But it's a real risk because it's so long since I played it. Just checking I'm in the right place. Okay. Are you looking for the one who loves what you become? You're looking for your partner in crime. Are you keeping your options open for a rainy day? Do you want to be a friend of mine? Trusting people rare these days. It really doesn't tell me why. You can't fall in love without an iron mask, 'cause your smile will rust when you cry. You can't fall in love with an iron mask, 'cause your smile will rust when you cry. You waited in the tower for the prince to come to save you from the dragon's fight. But you've seen too many frogs and the knight's dressed in black. You've seen too many frogs and the knight's dressed in black, whose armor's just protecting the lion. Trusting people are rare these days. Your innocence tells you why. But you can't fall in love behind an iron mask, 'cause your smile will rust when you cry. You can't fall in love behind an iron mask, 'cause your smile will rust when you cry. Battle-scarred, dubious, and heard it all before, yet still believe in happy ever after. You want someone to love you for exactly who you are, to share your body, soul, and laughter. But trust in people are rare these days. Experience tells you why. Can't fall in love behind an iron mask, 'cause your smile will rust when you cry. You can't fall in love behind an iron mask, 'cause your smile will rust when you cry. You can't fall in love behind an iron mask, 'cause the beauty inside will surely die. It has been a long time since I played that.
Very nice, lovely song.
I don't feel like the only failure in the room now.
This time, yeah.
That's a great song. I like that one.
Yeah.
I like that. I've only got the one album of yours, so I need to get some of the others actually.
Which one have you got? Book of Life?
Number 14, is it?
But it's the last one, Book of Life, is it? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So was that number 3, number 4, or number 5?
That was number 2.
Was it?
Yeah, it's a really old one. It's about 6 years old.
Really? It wasn't that long ago that we went to the launch thing, was it?
Oh, no, for that one, sorry. Oh no, that's 2 years ago. Yeah.
I was going to say.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I've got some serious medical issues because I don't remember time disappearing that quick. So is Wendy Jones still on the? Is she still watching? If you are, Wendy, drop us a comment, because if you are, I might play a song that you requested, that you moaned at me yesterday because I never play it when you ask for it. Please tell me, is she still on? Is she still on? Are you there, Wendy? Earth calling Wendy. I'll play it anyway. I'm going to play it anyway. It'd just be nice if you were on, because otherwise you'll miss it and you'll say you didn't really play it, you liar. And I'll say, I did. Go and watch the video. There she is. So you can guess what this song is, can't you? In fact, I'll just have to make sure I'm in the right key. It's been that while. Right. So I always wanted to write a kind of barroom whiskey country song. And this was my solid attempt at doing it, and I thought that people generally wouldn't get it in the same way I kind of get it, because I love country and I've grown up on it and all that lot. And so I made the I don't know, it was either a mistake or good idea to play it in one of my streams, and people seem to really like it. So and Wendy particularly. So I'm going to play this now for Wendy, not just for Wendy, everyone obviously, but Wendy asked for it, so you know what I mean. So this is called Broken Again. She left her suitcase by the front door, just so I would know. I've used up my chances. Now she's letting me go. I can't say I blame her, 'cause I've known me for years. She can't help but cry, even when I don't try. Now she's leaving with her tears. You bring the whiskey, I bring the pain. You bring your sunshine, I'll bring the rain. Thank you, Dee. If you're thinking of loving me, you might be insane. If you give me your heart, I'll give it right back, broken again. There's a long line of heartaches in the shoes that you wear. You won't find no comfort. Love don't linger there. And as much as I wish it, I can't seem to change. It's always the same, so I'll save you the pain of a heartbreak again. You bring the whiskey, I bring the pain. You bring your sunshine, I'll bring the rain. If you're thinking of loving me, might be insane. If you give me your heart, I'll give it right back, broken again. I'm a master in misery. It comes natural to me. Too many tears have been shed, regretting things said too easily. You bring the whiskey, I bring the pain. You bring your sunshine, I'll bring the rain. If you're thinking of loving me, well, you might be insane. If you give me your heart, I'll give it right back. You made me laugh. Broken again. Yes, if you give me your heart, I'll give it right back. Broken again.
Yay.
Okay.
Very nice.
I laughed in the middle of that one. Dee's saying, I hope this is on the album.
Yeah.
I'm afraid it is not. But the good news is it will be on album number 2.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it will definitely be on an album.
Andy, there's such fabulous harmonies in that
You
song.
know, I don't take people up on the offers, which is silly really, because a few people have said to me, I'd love to do harmonies on different songs. I've gone, yeah, that'd be really cool, but then obviously I forget to do anything about it. So yeah,
really fabulous.
once we're out and back together again, we'll definitely try some stuff out.
I didn't know the words to that, so I was singing like a shopping list along to. I needed to sing some kind of words to be able to harmonise.
Yeah, I do. That's my real token country song. And then after I did that and people liked it, I think I wrote 2 or 3 more, which were along the same kind of lines. I wrote one about whiskey. I might do it. One about whiskey and whiskey being the devil. I might do it, but thank you very much. Right. Mr. Franklin, what are you doing for us now? Are you doing the one I like, or are you doing my favourite song? Down the road, my guitar takes me
sorry,
down
Andy.
the road.
You dropped out. Yeah, I'll do. Actually, I don't know how long much longer we're going to be on for, Andy. Being first.
It's entirely up to you. I plan to be on here till about 1 o'clock in the morning. Joe will probably be with me, and it's up to you. Normally I say about 2 hours, and then people are kind of going, I need to be up for work tomorrow or whatever. So it's entirely up to you. If you want to do one more, do one more. If you want to do another few,
I'm okay.
do another few.
No, I'm not about to disappear, but I'll do one more cover then back to some originals as you do.
Cool. He's a party hardcore like me.
Yeah. This is just. Hang on a minute. Let me turn. Don't want that on. This is an old, of all people, a 10cc song, and I just love it because it's got a sort of a bit of a sort of smoky jazz feel to it almost. So I just thought I'd do this one. It's a bit mellow.
Is that on your Godin, your arch top thing?
Yeah, it is.
Look at that. That's a nice piece of kit. All these
that
people have
okay?
lots of guitars.
I've been
Yeah, it
changed
sounds
guitar.
really nice.
Right. Okay. I'm not in love, so don't forget it. It's just a silly phase I'm going through. And if I call you I call you up. Don't get me wrong, don't think you've got it made. I'm not in love, no, no. It's because I like to see you, but then again, that doesn't mean you mean that much to me. So if I call you, don't make a fuss. Don't tell your friends about the two of us. I'm not in love, no, no. It's because I keep your picture upon the wall. It hides a nasty stain that's lying there. So don't you ask me to give it back. You know it doesn't mean that much to me. I'm not in love, no, no. It's because you wait a long time for me. Ooh, you wait a long time. Ooh, you wait a long time for me. Ooh, you wait a long time. I'm not in love, so don't forget it. It's just a silly phase I'm going through. And just because I call you up, don't get me wrong, don't think you've got it made. I'm not in love, I'm not in love. Slightly out of tune guitar, but never mind.
That'll be a Bigsby tremolo
Yeah.
for you. That's yeah, that was always the joy of trying to keep those things in tune. But it's no, it sounded great. Sounded great.
Okay.
And again, great range for you. Great range.
Yeah,
For you.
yeah. Thank you.
I mean, so when we do the Songbird sessions, our challenge is we're always focusing on songwriting, and we try to really pick out those people that just have that ability with language to say things in clever ways, and also, you know, create emotive scenes in songs and things like that. And that song you just sang, I mean, those lines, you know, I hang your picture on the wall to cover up a stain, you know, almost as if to say it's not important, I just hang it there because it's covering a stain, you know, and then please don't ask to give it back, because and it's almost like I'm saying I'm in love with you, but actually I'm saying I'm not in love with you in my head because I use a picture. I mean, to write things in that kind of way, I think is fantastic. It's so clever, clever. You know, I just wish I could write things quite that clever sometimes. You go, geez, when you hear it, you go, oh man, he was either on high on drugs or pissed, or he's just brilliantly clever.
Bit of difference from what bop a loo bop a lot bamboo.
Don't knock it, that's good as well.
No, I'm not.
yeah because everything has its place. So I was just going to there was a comment I was just going to pick up on. I can't remember where it was. Dee was talking about Roberts on Broadway. Roberts is I think it's the oldest honky-tonk, or the second oldest honky-tonk on Broadway in Nashville. And it's a fantastic place. It's like walking back in time when you see all the stuff around the walls. But then I saw something on YouTube which was like a little documentary, and they had 3 chairs in the Roberts bar, and there was Willie Nelson and then a couple of other people. It might have been Rodney Crowell or someone like that, and they were just sitting there talking away and then playing songs in Robert's Bar where I was in Nashville. I mean, it just feels so surreal at times. It does, really does. And I would have been back there this year had it not been for bloody lockdown.
Curses.
Dag nabbit.
Yeah.
David Muskie.
Yeah, that's it. Right. Joe, what are you doing now?
Well, had a bit of a request. Wasn't going to do it because I think I've done it to death. But if you got a request,
You've got some weird acoustic in your room, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
What,
Can you
suddenly
pull your mic a little bit nearer to you?
Just suddenly, you mean? Or
Well, it's been building. I think it sounds like it's getting a little bit worse. It's almost like it's a kind of like a tin can type sound.
all right.
Because your guitar is direct into your box,
Yeah,
isn't
yeah,
it?
yeah.
So it, So it's
Well, I'm
definitely
nearer
your
now.
mic.
I'll be kissing it in a minute if I get any closer.
That's it.
It
Well, it's
doesn't look
definitely
like
louder.
it on the
Actually, that's
screen,
good. That's.
But I am very close.
Yeah. When you listen to it back, you'll get what I mean.
Okay.
It's loud enough and the tone's all right. It's just it's almost like you're in a sound booth and it's bouncing back.
Really?
Yeah.
I wonder if it's because of my new position. I've got the wall right behind me.
Well,
Could
that's
be.
what I was thinking, because normally you're on that thing that's open. So
Yeah,
the
yeah.
sound just travels.
Yeah, it could be.
Okay.
Right.
We'll figure it out.
Yes, so what were we saying? Yes, I had a request, so I've got to do the request. So this is Hurricane.
Good man.
I have mentioned a couple of times, but then you at the end you think no one's interested. I won't explain my song before, but I have explained it to a few. But I've had some people say, play that pirate song. So somebody thinks it's about pirates.
Pirates?
Yeah. I don't know where that come from. And then somebody was asking me, why did you write a song about hurricanes? So just to explain, it's a bit of a metaphorical song because it's actually about being in an abusive relationship, believe it or not. Try and work the words out from that description. So this is Hurricane. Oh, sorry, I need to just pause a sec. I think I've got to... I forgot I was putting some kind of effect on. You sail the sea through the fog and rain, past the rocks of danger, around the cape again. Then paradise came into view. The sun shines brightly, the sea and sky is so blue. But you can never run from the hurricane. You can never run from the hurricane, and you can never hide away from the horror of the hurricane, from the horror of the hurricane. You smelt the flowers, the songs of the birds, laughed with your lover all night without words. You watch your child grow into a man, tears of joy when he said thanks. But you can never run from the hurricane. You can never run from the hurricane, and you can never hide broken ships, the jagged rocks, the dawn. And slowly paradise appears, it's heaven sent that all the pirates fear. But you can never run from the hurricane. You can never run from the hurricane. And you can never hide away from the horror of the hurricane. From the horror of the hurricane. And you can never hide from the hurricane. You can never run from the hurricane. And you can never hide till the cane's no more.
Great song.
Hurricane. The song about
Yep.
pirates.
Yeah, yeah. The song about pirates. Yeah, yeah, yeah. For all those who enjoy listening to the words of a song and getting it wrong.
Yes.
Yeah. There's lots of those though, isn't there? It's like I talk about The Gambler so often, where people go, "It's a song about a gambler meeting a bloke on a train." You go, "No, it's not. It's about it's about a child not being able to talk to his dad and that kind of disconnect." You know, they go, "Really?" I didn't pick that up. Yeah. Yeah.
I
That's
think
a good song,
I think
I
one
do.
of the biggest what's the word I'm looking for, where people got completely the wrong end of the stick, was Bruce Springsteen is Born in the USA. You know, a lot of people think it's sort of, you know, but I think he wrote it about the war, I think, or something like that. Anyway,
The Vietnam War.
yeah, so I can't remember, something like. Anyway, I think it's been taken not in the way that he originally wrote it. But anyway, it's history now, isn't it?
I do think there are some songwriters who like that whole I'm not going to tell you what it's about, and they love the kind of stories that occur, you know.
Yeah.
Well, this
Yeah.
song is about such and such. No, it's not. Really, it's not. Really. It just shows how stupid you are. Yeah.
I suppose it depends what it conjures up in somebody's imagination.
Well, and isn't that partly the whole point of writing songs? Is it
Yeah.
doesn't matter what it means to me, it matters what people take of it, whether they
Yeah,
make their own
exactly.
meaning or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you not find, Andy, I mean, I could talk about this for hours and bore the audience to death, but, you know, for me, my best songs have come from the heart. You know, that's where I feel it really works, when it's me pouring some rubbish out or other. But at the same time, it's such a fine line between writing something that's really personal, because it just becomes about you. It needs to be general enough that the audience can relate to it, or some of the audience can relate as well. And it's a real fine line, that is. But then you write something trying to be more generic, and it loses the soul, because it's, you know, there's no passion in it anymore.
Yeah, I mean, it's when you fall into that trap of starting to name either kind of people, or you start to be very specific about places and stuff like that, you run the risk of people kind of not connecting to it, because it's just too specific. But as you say, the danger is you then just make it Magnolia, where it's not got enough connection. So I do. So some of the songs I write, like US Bound. US Bound is me. It is my song. It is about everything I love about flying, US, country music, stuff like that. And with that, I wanted to write the story. So I kind of go, I don't care to an extent whether anyone else gets it or not, because it's my story. But actually, then, you know, that's somewhat specific, but people kind of then go on the journey with you, which is what they like about it. So they still connect to it, you know. you know. But I was never going to write a song about my first ex-wife because it wouldn't, you know, people just wouldn't get it.
Because the lawyers would get it.
Yeah. And how many times can you swear in one song? I mean, it just, you know, it wouldn't work.
Sex Pistols managed it a few times.
Yeah. I got it wrong the first time, so I had to try again. Yeah. Thank God I got it right this time. What was I going to sing? So I was going to attempt Indian Days.
Oh, yeah.
But again, I haven't, because it's on the album. But again, I haven't done it in so long that I suspect there's a chord in there that I forgot I put in there, and it will throw me off track. But we'll have a go. Because the worst that I can look is like a right tool, and people laugh, and I like a bit of comedy, so I'm up for that. So this is so for anyone that ends up getting the album, and I'm hoping you all will. So most of my songs are country folk style songs, and then this one is quite different because it's much more folky, and it's about my trip to India. So it's a lot less country, but it's still quite kind of folky. So I hope you like it. It's called Indian Days. Reverb. Slums of the poor, vast in their range, poverty stands fast against the winds of change. Of all the places I've been, I'm humbled by the things that I've seen. Traffic congestion, the contrasting wealth, heavy pollution, and the risk to your health. This place is something unreal, and I'm humbled by the things that I feel. There's been many things that have changed my views, and the latest of which I'll share with you. A country made free from colonial ways, I cherish my time, the Indian days. Victoria Station and the gateway to India, pieces of England left there to remind you the influence we left behind. And I'm humbled by the things that I find. Stood in the house where Gandhi would lay, with philosophical dreams of independent days. I'm guilty of what I perceived. I'm humbled by the things they've achieved. There's been many things that have changed my views, and the latest of which I'll share with you. A country made free from colonial ways, I cherish my time, Indian days. Indian days. Indian days.
Dreamy.
It is a very mellow
Always like
song.
I've heard that one.
Always like that.
I was
song.
just about to say, I don't think I've heard that one before, Andy.
Possibly not. Possibly not. I don't do it that often. I don't do it. It's one of those songs I always thought people would fall asleep to and get bored of and not find it the same way I do. You know what? It's one of those songs where you write it and you go, I love this song because of what it means to me and how I feel about it.
Yeah.
But it's one of those you sometimes think, I'm not sure whether other people will connect with it in the same way.
Yeah.
But people generally do seem to like it. And it's on the album anyway. So, and I've done a whole violin section, a cello section and stuff. It's going to be nice. It's going to be nice.
There you
Great.
go.
I hope. Anything is about 8 minutes long. No, it's not. It's about,
Well,
about 5
you can have one on your album, can't you?
That's it.
Of course you can.
Yeah.
Of course you can.
Yeah, you can't buy a Bob Dylan album without songs that are at least 8 minutes long. Or Don McLean.
Yeah.
Bloody American Pie, 12 minutes or whatever it was. Thank you very much. Dave Mason drifted away with that one. Don't fall off the chair, Dave. You'll do yourself a mischief.
I'm being a bit thick here, by the way. I mean, a few people have made very kind comments, thank you, and yeah, but and Joe's posted a reply to one, but I can't see how to reply. Am I being a bit thick?
You would need to go. You would need to find it on your Facebook feed,
Oh right.
and then feed, and then do it on there.
Okay.
But you just need to remember to turn the volume down, otherwise
I'll-
we get echo.
No, I think with the problems I've had, I think I won't bother with that.
Generally, I don't. Generally, I like to kind of have the chat, so I chat
Yeah.
to people, and I kind of that's good enough, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah. So don't worry about it. Don't worry
Yeah.
about it.
Cheers, Dave. You
I
made
meant
some
to say
comments.
hello to Roger, which is Jenny and Sam's. Well, Jenny's dad, Sam's girlfriend, because he listens in on YouTube. I think he's our one subscriber on YouTube
All right.
or one follower. Yeah.
Hmm.
So what are you doing then, Steve?
I'm going to do the song that you've asked me to do, Andy.
At last. I was getting stressed then. I was starting to get worried.
Well, I was going to do it earlier, but then you mentioned that song about Sheffield. But anyway, just a bit of background to this one. Some of you out there have heard it. I've always been fascinated by this sort of image, this very romantic image of somebody heading out on the road, you know, guitar in hand and playing where they can, sleeping where they can, eating where they can, all that kind of stuff. And you know, the reality is often a lot different to that, you know. So it's the sort of wandering minstrel kind of, you know, Woody Guthrie kind of, and all that kind of stuff. So I wrote this song called Down the Road. It's actually one of a pair because I've since written another one, and it's the same sort of theme. I just love this romantic theme of being on the road. Maybe it's something I, you know, fancied doing myself years ago, but obviously never did. So yeah, this first one, it's called Down the Road, and I mean, the great Andy Hughes wants to cover it and sing it, so I'm really honoured. Okay, so yeah, if you can just bear in mind that I wrote it about this romantic image of being on the road. I think does that sound okay? Okay. Down Down the road my guitar takes me, down the road dreams embrace me, down the road spirits running high. Down the road, where will it take me? Down the road, what awaits me? Down the road, who knows what I'll find? Weary towns, weary faces, broken dreams, empty places, for one night have to call my home. And I'm never going home again. Down the road, buses slept on, thumbing lifts, drive on. Nighthawks are my friends. Burger joints, my songs were tender, cheap hotels, faded splendor, memories I want no more. Weary towns, weary faces, broken dreams, empty places, for one night have to call my home. And I'm never going home again. And I'm never going home again. Pubs and cafes, empty subways, sing my songs, dreaming always. Things still look the same. I think about the streets back home, think about these streets alone. Paul Simon had it right. 'Cause homeward bound sounds good to me, my movies and my factories, but my dreams still drive me on, and I'm never going home again. So I play my song one more time, another gig, another dime, the road still takes me on. Down the road, where will it take me? Down the road, what awaits me? Down the road, who knows what I'll find? And I'm never going home again. And I'm never going home again.
Nice, Steve.
Thank you.
Bloody mouse pad. I was clapping, it was on silent. I have to say, I do really. So we write lots of songs over times, and you kind of hope that one or two of them just connect all the dots, and and it falls into place, and it feels really good when you sing it. And that is one. As soon as I heard it the first time, I could feel myself going, I like this already. He's caught me with a melody, and then he starts the little catch where he's going down the road, my guitar takes me, and all the while you're going through, go down the road, so I can sing along to it as well. And then it's got the lovely little hooks in the chorus. It's all there. It is all there. You should be very proud of that one. It's a great song.
Yeah, I am.
Great song.
Yep. Thank you very much. And I'll do part 2 afterwards.
Yeah. There's Dee saying, as I listen to this, it reminds me of Simon and Garfunkel. I was going to say to people, actually, every time he sings it, it reminds me of something or a band or that sort of style. And I was thinking it's a little bit Eagles as well. There's a little bit of that kind of Eagles vibe in it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There
Really
is,
good.
yeah. Yeah.
Definitely. They're really good song. It's great
Okay.
feedback on it.
Thank you.
Nice one, Steve. Yeah, you love that.
Yep.
Brilliant lyrics. Yeah. Well done. So we wait for part 2. Is it called Down? Is it called Up the Road?
Further up the road.
That's it.
No,
Yeah.
it's It's called My Hand in Yours, but I'll do
Okay.
it later.
Cool. Okay, Joe. What are you going to do first now?
Yeah, this is a really old one, but you do know
But
it.
sorry,
Andy.
before you say anything,
Oh.
I have to apologise because I've been scolded. Rog, I apologise. I know your name's Rog. I don't know why I said Roger. But well done for kind of picking me up on it, because those people, when you say their name wrong and they just go, oh, it's fine, it's fine. Forevermore you shall be known as Rog. In fact, you always were known as Rog. I just stuffed up. So I apologise. Joe, what are you doing?
Thanks, Andrea. Yes, well, yeah, it's a really old song, but you do know it. It's Hummingbird, and I gave up telling some of the stories behind it, but I thought I'd tell it again tonight. So when I'd written this about 2 weeks beforehand, and I played it at a folk club, and I introduced it, and I said, fellas, and men are so stupid, aren't they? They are so stupid. I said, fellas, you know, in your life, have you ever come across a woman that you thought, this is the one, you know, this is the one, but you fear they were just so fantastic, they're just gonna go off, you know, somewhere else with someone else? And of course, all the fellas in the room, because we're stupid, they all just sit there nodding. They're not nodding because they've had that experience, they're just nodding because they're being kind to the artist. But of course, they're all nodding like this. And honestly, it was like a scene from Damien. All the women in their lives just all turned like this and looked at them, and you could see the lips going.
That's it, yeah.
I couldn't lip read, but I know what they were saying. Who was that? Who was that then? Who was that?
That's it, yeah. You nod again, I'll take your head off. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what this song's sort of about. It's called Hummingbird.
Cool.
Lying in my bed and my thoughts turn to you on a cold dark night. It's all I can do. Gotta find a way of getting back to you. Thinking of the softness and the smell of your sweet skin, the curves and the hollows when nights would begin and we'd lose ourselves in the flickering candlelight. Was fascinated by the blur of your soft wings, even when sleeping the air still sings from the resonance and their warm waves. Ooh, my hummingbird. Ooh, my hummingbird. You said I was the bestest that you'd ever known. No pressure or hang-ups, no freedom to roam. But you can't gauge a bird from a paradise world. No, you can't gauge a bird from a paradise world. 'Cause if you know one thing for its freedom of expression, its wildness, its kindness, to love without exception, then the thing that you love will love more than you. Then the thing that you love will love more than you. Ooh, my hummingbird.
delightful. Enjoyed that.
Thank you.
Very good, very good, very good. I do like that hummingbird. I would say that's one of my favourites of yours.
Thank
One
you,
of my
sir.
favourites you don't play generally.
I used to play it loads, but you know what it's like. You keep writing new ones, and you want to get those out, and then you stop playing your old ones. And
Yeah. So I've got a load of new ones I tend to sing, and a load of old ones I knew because I sung them loads, and I've got a
Yeah.
load in the middle I can't remember.
yeah,
For the life of me, I can't remember.
yeah.
I need to sing them at some point.
yeah.
Right, so should we do one more going round? So, and then that will kind of bring us to about 11 o'clock, I think. And then you can either decide if you want to stay on. I'll carry on until probably 11:05. It depends on our audience, because by this point, our audiences tend to go, "Oh, for God's sake, are they really going to go around for another one?
Yeah.
Are they really?
I've had
Really?
enough.
We're
Have we
bored
not
now.
suffered enough?" Yeah. So I'll do this one just because we have some lovely people from across the pond. Dee and Dawn. Dee and Dawn. That's almost like a double act, isn't it? Dee and Dawn. So this is my song about Nashville. And again, I'll have to see if I can remember which. So again, I've done on the album. So this is the last track on the album, and it's probably one of my favourite to do because I added about 3 different guitar pieces over the top of it in the background. And what's really funny, I shouldn't be telling you this because you listen to it and you go, "Oh, that's nice," but there's a couple of places where I stuff up doing the lead kind of bits. But because it's like 3 tracks, where I've stuffed up, they come together and make this lovely little melody bit that I couldn't replicate even if I tried. So you'll never hear me play it live like that. But you know, so this is called Nashville. No, it's not. It's called "Feels Like Coming Home," about Nashville. It's a Disneyland of music. It's a honky-tonk bar. It's next month's rent from an empty tip jar. It's 100 different ways to sing the same old songs. It's 1,000 broken hearts and dreams gone wrong. It's who you know and who knows someone else. It's one hit song away from being washed up on the shelf. It's playing like it's the first time, like every time before. It's that ticket that you're holding 'cause you can't take it anymore. I want to feel like I'm in Nashville every day. Watch the sunset over the Opry, see the neon lights of Broadway. Wanna hear a different song every honky-tonk in town. I wanna feel like Nashville feels like coming home. It's hats and boots and rhinestone suits and old-time western shirts. It's the critics trying to help you even though they know it hurts. It's a place to find and lose yourself and find yourself again. It's holding to that feeling that you might make it in the end. Then a hit songwriter talks about the one that made it through. You can't help but wonder if one day it might be you. I wanna feel like I'm in Nashville every day. Watch the sunset over the Opry, see the neon lights of Broadway. Wanna hear a different song every honky-tonk in town. I wanna feel like Nashville feels like coming home. I wanna feel like I'm in Nashville every day. Watch the sunset over the Opry, see the neon lights of Broadway. Wanna hear a different song every honky-tonk in town. I wanna feel like Nashville feels like coming home. I wanna feel like Nashville feels like coming home. I wanna feel like Nashville feels like a home.
Well done, Andy. Enjoyed that.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I just scared the life out of the cat. I kind of smacked my guitar and the cat jumped out of his skin.
What's the other two guitars in the background, Andy? I've been meaning to ask.
The one in front, so I'm a bit of a Yamaha kind of geek. I do love my Yamahas. So the one in front is a rosewood Yamaha FMG 800 or something. So it's solid rosewood. And the one behind it is a mahogany body Yamaha FG 700 or something. But so it's that kind of new, slightly compressed sound. But the one behind is my go-to guitar just for playing around the house, and it just sounds amazing. It sounds like a real kind of honky-tonkish blues twangy guitar. It shouldn't do, but it does. I don't know why. Yeah, and then in the case over there is my 1990 baby Yamaha, my gorgeous, beautiful Yamaha I had before I played this.
Proper Yamaha freak.
Yeah, and on that side you can't. Oh, you can. You can just see my banjo.
Oh no, I don't know about the banjo.
Yeah, nor did I. It's bloody hard to play, I tell you. It's not easy. And then I've also got a 1950 something K guitar there as well.
I used to have one of those.
That needs a lot of work to set it up because it's like cheese wire.
Yes.
It's terrible. Yeah. What's Dawn saying? Sorry, I'm a Martin. What's that?
Sorry,
Did we miss something there? What was that about?
I don't know. Talking
You have to
about
let us know.
guitars, likes Martin.
You have to let us know. Well, yeah, I was going to say this is a Martin. We are Martin people. We generally don't invite people who like Taylors, but we just love Joe too much, you see. He writes too many good songs, and his Taylors don't sound like Taylors. They sound better. Right, I think we'll shut up and move on, because otherwise I'll get lynched, I swear. Steve, what are you doing now?
Well, if it's one more each, I'll forget my part two, and I'll finish off with another great Canadian, one of my all-time heroes, the late great Leonard Cohen. I'll do Chelsea Hotel.
Good man.
I just absolutely love this song. Yeah, I saw him in his mid-70s, and it's easy to look back with rose-tinted spectacles. You know, you look at concerts, and I've seen God knows how many. The first band I ever saw were the Beatles way back when. You know, I've seen Hendrix, I've seen whoever. But if I had to pick one concert, just one concert from all those I've been to, I probably would. And I've seen Cohen 5 times from just him and a guitar to him and a backing band. And the last concert when he was like mid-70s was just fabulous. And that would be my pick. And bloody bizarre, excuse me, this is one of my favourite songs of his, and he didn't play this, Miserable So-and-So. I remember you well in the Chelsea Hotel. You were talking so brave and so sweet, giving me head on the unmade bed, while the limousines wait in the street. Those were the reasons, and that was New York. We were running for the money and the flesh. That was called love for the workers in song, probably still is, those of them left. Ah, but you got away, didn't you, babe? You just turned your back on the crowd. You got away, I never once heard you say, I need you, I don't need you, I need you, I don't need you. All of that jabbing around. I remember you well in the Chelsea Hotel. You were famous, your heart was a legend. You told me again you preferred handsome men, but for me you'd make an exception. Clenching your fist for the ones like us who are oppressed by the figures of beauty. You fixed yourself, you said, well, never mind, we are ugly, we have the music. And you got away, didn't you, babe? You just turned your back on the crowd. You got away, I never once heard you say, I need you, I don't need you, I need you, I don't need you. All of that jabbing around. I don't mean to suggest I loved you the best. I can keep track of each fallen robin. I remember you well in the Chelsea Hotel. That's all. I don't even think of you that often.
Again, another brilliantly written song. Really good. But then he was a bit of a master.
Yeah, supposedly written about Janis Joplin.
It was, yeah. Yeah. It's a true story.
Yep.
I think what's quite interesting is when we talk about songwriting and things like that, and people talk about wanting to be inspired to write something and stuff like that, I remember reading him kind of going, whilst all those other people sit there waiting for inspiration, I turn up in a room and I have 3 songs to write, and I just make them happen, you know. And you go, it's a great kind of way of looking at it. Sometimes you go as a someone who just wants to sit there and play around with songwriting and kind of wait for inspiration to come.
Yep.
You know, all credit to you. But you know, those people who record commercial albums, and it was like Lennon and McCartney as well, said we'd give ourselves 3 hours and we'd have to come out with 3 songs. You go, that's great. Jeez.
Yeah.
I did that every night out of about 500,000.
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah, thanks, Marie. Yeah, I know you're a big Cohen fan. Good stuff.
So before people start dropping off, our audience kind of participants, remember we have the Songbirds session tomorrow as well. So we have the Songbirds session UK page. And on there we've got, well, I think I'll post it anyway on my profile, but there's a guy called Sandy McClelland who is a very kind of bluesy, kind of Americana with country vibes type guy with quite a gravelly voice, nice style, great player as well. And there was a girl from the US called, from Nashville, just outside Nashville, Mount Juliet, called Ava Page. I think she's something like about 19 or something. Fantastic little songwriter, great voice, and a bit of a rising star as well. So again, something to look forward to tomorrow night as well. But we're not finished yet. We might do another song. We might do. I'm feeling game. So what are you doing for us, Joe? Set 'em up, Joe. That's a good country song.
Well, I'm
Cinema
going off.
fuel.
I'm going off some of the audience unless you're paying them, because Dawn and Vanessa saying they're Martin fans. I'm not happy.
I'll just saying they're related to someone called Martin. I think. Yeah, Vanessa's got a beautiful little Martin as well. In fact, I'm hoping Vanessa will come on and sing at some point her one song. She wrote a song and sent it to me to listen to, and I was like, oh my god, that's an amazing song, and she sings it beautifully and plays lovely as well.
Get her on.
So we need to kind of pressurize her into coming on and singing it, because it is beautiful and she plays brilliantly as well.
I once tried to steal her little Martin guitar.
Yeah, you did.
Picked up, honestly, picked up the wrong case from a open mic at Ros.
Yeah.
And,
you actually went home with it though, didn't you?
I did, yeah. I went home with it, and she took my go dance. So that was a fair exchange.
Yeah.
Anyway, I took it back the following day. Sorry, Vanessa.
Yeah. It is a nice guitar, but your Godin's nice as well.
Yeah, thank you.
Dear. So
Okay,
what are you doing, Joe?
Well, I'm not going to bore everybody with this, but you've heard the discussion many times. I've decided this is called momentary lapse. It's not Nightingale.
Okay.
Despite weeks of people saying Nightingale.
So what we pick up is he never listens to his audience. Never mind.
Well, the trouble was, I had so many people, it was 50-50, and I go, oh no, I can't make a decision. So it's called momentary lapse. Looking at the plaster on my skin, healing the wound from careless hands, when a momentary lapse in concentration and the ruby red river runs cold. Where's the plaster for life's cuts and bruises? Where's the crutch when limping from a fall? Where's the x-ray camera when you're broken? And who's your nightingale to love you now? Now, now, now. Reflecting on the man in the mirror, wondering where the little child has gone. Momentary lapse in concentration, and look at what innocence has become. Where's the plaster for life's cuts and bruises? Where's your crutch when limping from a fall? Where's the x-ray camera when you're broken? And who's your nightingale to love you now? To love you now, now. Every child needs a kiss to make it better. Every man needs a hand to hold. But a momentary lapse in concentration, and the long nights are lonely on your own. Where's the plaster for life's cuts and bruises? Where's your crutch when limping from a fall? Where's your x-ray camera when you're broken? And who's your nightingale to love you now? Now, to love you now. Now, who's your nightingale? Who's your nightingale? Who's your nightingale? Who's your nightingale? Slightly different version to normal, Andy.
Yeah.
Nobody noticed. Nobody noticed. I still think it should be Nightingale.
Don't.
It's got Nightingale written all over it. Never mind. We shall badger and coerce. I'm not to be outdone. I like in true fashion again. I've forgotten that I'm supposed to be singing next as well, so I don't even know what I'm going to do. Anyone got a request?
You've done the two I really like.
Oh, that says it all. Look, nobody gives us stuff. You can't even think of a request. That's great. That is. There we go.
What about the Texas Lone Star State? That's one of my favourites.
The US bound.
Thank you. Have we done? Yeah.
I can do that one. I can do that one.
Yeah.
Again, that's one of those I always feel like people have heard so many times. Like I wonder sometimes whether they get sick of it.
Yeah.
But I do like it.
Yeah. I'll do one more after this, Andy, and then I'll call it a night after that.
Cool. Yeah, I think Joe, you can do one more as well. And
I will do another one if you want one. I'll do a cover actually. How about that?
I didn't want to cover.
Oh,
that's right. Right. This is US bound, and just so you know, I'm getting myself a new guitar because the neck on this is bent. It's like warped. No. So this song, the intro to this song, if you look on YouTube for a guy called Townes Van Zandt, and you look at a song called If I Needed You, this is the intro to kind of the intro to If I Needed You. And I put it in there because I adore Townes Van Zandt's songs and things, and it's my little tokenry drop in and tribute to him. I left Manchester, England on a Monday at 11:15. I sailed into the sky 1 mile high aboard that 757, heading west to Chicago in about 10 hours time. When I get there, I'll be 6 hours behind. I looked out as Chicago rose before me from the window of the plane. But I wouldn't get to see her this time around, 'cause in the airport I'd remain. As I stepped down from the plane onto the tarmac, all who waited for me was a Dallas-bound 763. I'm US bound, only 20 years too late, and I can't wait to see the Lone Star State. There's never been a place I'd rather travel to. I hope you like me as much as I like you. 2 hours later we were touching down in Dallas, a long time overdue. And I can't believe it's taken me this long to find my wings and get to you. I made it out to Grapevine, ate Judy's pie and took a walk around that regular cowboy movie town. I don't think I saw a single cowboy hat the whole time I was there. I saw trucks the size of houses, cowboy boots $1,000 a pair. A young man in a bar picked guitar and he sang a country song about being on the road too long. I'm US bound, only 20 years too late, and I can't wait to see the Lone Star State. There's never been a place I'd rather travel to. I hope you like me as much as I like you. All too soon it was over, I was headed for the airport, homeward bound, with photographs and memories of the things I'd seen, friends that I had found. As that mighty 777 headed east, high above the sea, I took a piece of Dallas home with me. And I don't know if I'll ever see your face again, and I don't know if I'm ever coming back, but I know that it's a place I could belong, a place that I could live life through my songs. I'm US bound, only 20 years too late, and I can't wait to see the Lone Star State. There's never been a place I'd rather travel to. I hope you like me as much as I like you.
Love that song, thank you.
So you're most welcome. Thank you for requesting it.
I like that song. I like that song.
What are you doing next?
Well, I'll do that sort of. Oh, hang on a minute, that sounds very loud. What's going on here? It's increased in volume. I thought I'd do that part 2 of my earlier song, which I mentioned. It's
Up the road.
It's a sort of
Up the road.
Yeah, up up the road, down the road, yeah, whatever. It's sort of similar theme. My favourite theme of this romantic ideal on the road, but this one, I wrote it from a point of view of a young couple, which is the kind of thing I used to always fancied doing when I was younger. You know, a young couple heading off out, similar kind of thing. You know, playing wherever they can and eating, sleeping, whatever. And they get into the stage where, you know, do they carry on? Is it all a big failure or what? It's a strange subject, but it just appealed to me in thinking about this, you know, romantic ideal on the road. So it's called My Hand in Yours.
Just quickly check in. Has somebody got volume coming out of a device or something? Because I can hear a very mild echo. No, you haven't got a phone on or anything like that.
I don't think I'm doing anything different. Is it?
Okay.
Is it my voice on an echo?
I could just almost hear you talking with a slight echo. Maybe it's just my end, but it sounded like somebody had a device on or something.
Yeah.
I can't hear anything from this end.
No,
Okay,
I think I've done
give it a
anything
go.
different.
We'll mute ourselves anyway. Give it a go, and hopefully
Okay,
it won't
all right.
reappear.
Yeah. You say we're looking for comfort, our days growing old, no longer feel the pull of the road. You say we don't need that drug anymore. You said we were dreaming, fooling ourselves, but at the beginning you made the calls and you always felt my hand in yours. We were traveling from town to town, asleep with the stars as the sun went down, and you always felt my hand in yours. The songs we wrote, our dreams in words, we played them some nights to our own applause. But we always believed sometime, someday, somehow. Well, we've still time to find your dreams now, still time to find mine. We'll see them down the road sometime. I remember the day we started out, road stretched out, our head in the clouds, and you always felt my hand in yours. Well, fire and rain, it's been said, well, we saw it 2 days without end. You always said, one day, one song, one time. And now here we are, a fork in the road. Do we follow our dreams? Which way to go? You feel we don't need the road anymore. Well, there's still time to find your dreams now, still time to find mine. We'll see them down the road sometime. 'Cause I remember it all, how we laughed and cried. Tomorrow's the day, just a greyhound ride. You always feel my hand in yours. So I can't say our travelling's done. I don't feel we've had our fun. You'll always feel my hand in yours. So our dream is still there, we have to go on. The road still calls, it's a siren song. And you'll always feel my hand in yours. And you'll always feel my hand in yours.
That's really good. I like that
There
one.
you go.
Yeah, I think another great song.
Down
there.
the road part 2.
Bloody cat.
Love the cat, great.
That's so.
Jeez.
I don't know. You kept a straight face, Steve. If you were looking.
That's right.
That's right.
Oh dear.
Oh, jeez, that claws right in me.
Oh dear.
Yeah, no, it's a great song, Steve. Really good. Really like that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Again, it's just the I love the language. I love the way you craft the you take us along the story with you. You take us almost along the journey with you, so we can follow it. I really like that. It's a great way of hooking in.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Was that for me or the for me? Or, yeah, I was going to say, is that for me or the cat? Yeah.
Oh, I like that. Well, thank you for your comments, Vanessa and Dee and Steve. Thank you, and Wendy. Might be a good song, good duet after lockdown. Yeah, well, I like that. Good idea.
There you go. And I think this is one of the reasons I like doing this in the way we do it, is because it's important sometimes to get that feedback from people, just because it helps you know that the stuff you do resonates with people and it's worth keeping going with it. Definitely.
Yeah.
Yep.
I would say
that's
if
why
you're
I
not
like this this little format, because you want to play, but for me the thing is playing to people and getting the reaction, and you can't do that if you're not live, and I do a few sing-arounds like you, Andy, but it's just other musicians playing a song to each other. You need to play to people who are listening and get some feedback. It's so important.
Yeah. Well, it's as close as we can get to a gig at the moment, but the audience, I mean, so when you look at the names in our audience and stuff like that as well, for the last however many months, I feel like they're our new kind of audience family. They've come on a journey with us, and they turn up, they listen, they engage. It's fantastic, a whole bunch of friends and some new friends and things as well, and as well connecting them to different people that they might not ordinarily otherwise see.
Yep. Thanks, Bob. Thank
So
you.
it's brilliant.
Yeah.
So what are you gonna finish off with then, Joe?
Oh, I can't decide.
The pressure.
I thought I'd do a
pressure.
cover, but I can't decide whether to do Billie Jean or Wishing on a Star.
Oh.
I don't know.
Choices. You haven't even got any alcohol to help.
No, I've got no alcohol to help. I think I'll do Wishing on a Star.
Is that the kind of wishing on a star?
It is. I always
Okay.
get confused with the bands at the time. I think it was Sister Sledge, but there was Pointer Sisters who, to me, were very similar.
I was too young.
Yeah, you were, actually. Steve wasn't. Me and Steve can remember. Although, obviously, theirs was a more disco version than what I'm going to do. So, yeah, this is Wishing on a Star.
Okay, take it away.
I'm wishing on a star to follow where you are. I'm wishing on a dream to follow what it means. I'm wishing on all the rainbows that I see. I'm wishing on all the people who really dream. I'm wishing on tomorrow, praying it'll come. I'm wishing on all the loving we've ever done. I never thought I'd see a time when you would be so far away from home, so far away from me. Just think of all the moments that we spent. I just can't let you go for me. You were meant. I didn't mean to hurt you, but I know that in the game of loving, you reap what you sow. I feel it's time we should make up, baby. I feel it's time for us to get back together, make the best of things, oh baby, when we're together. Whether or never, I'm wishing on a star to follow where you are. I'm wishing on a dream to follow what it means. I'm wishing on all the rainbows that I see. I'm wishing on all the people we have agreed. But I'm hoping on all the days to come and days to go. I'm hoping on all the loving who are loving you so. I'm wishing on a star to follow where you are. I'm wishing on a star to follow where you are. I'm wishing on a star. Not disco, but
Brilliant. Enjoyed that. Excellent.
back to the
I
70s.
haven't heard that
I know.
in years.
I
That's a
love
good
that
version.
song.
I
Me
like
neither.
that.
Love
I
that
like the
song.
Me
version. Yeah. It's not as slow and folky as I thought you were going to make it. So, but I like it. I really like it.
Rose Royce, well done, Wendy. Yes, thank you. I knew it was one of them.
Between I have to say between Wendy and Steve, when we do our Zoom sessions and things like that, we have these almost like these trivia moments where Steve will throw out a question and things like that, and then we'll kind of try and not cheat and look it up, and we'll try and work out who sung what in what year and who made it famous and all this kind of stuff. It's great. And then Wendy here has bonkers amount of knowledge with songs and things. She'll just pick out and you'll go Rose Royce and you'll go, oh, of course. Yeah, I never would have got that. Never would have got it.
How could you be so stupid?
Listen, gents, thank you very much for turning up and kind of going through this with me and keeping me company. It's been an absolute blast. Well done, Steve, for getting your technology sorted out and getting on here and getting it all cracking. It sounded great. Yeah, and again, love the songs. Just keep writing if you will. Keep writing, keep putting them out because, say, they're great. They really are. And Mr. Bayliss, stop writing songs and making CDs because you're making me look bad. But no, seriously, gents, thank you very much. I hope our audience have loved it and enjoyed it.
Yep.
And so love listening to again Mr. Bayliss. So this is his second time on this show, I think. And then Steve hopefully will get back in another couple of weeks or so.
Yeah, okay. I'm
Steve Blore again will come back in maybe next week or the week after. And then Vanessa as well at some point.
Yes, absolutely. Get Vanessa on. Yep.
Yeah, even though she doesn't know it yet, we'll coax her into it.
No, enjoyed it enormously. Thanks for having me. Cheers, Andy. Cheers, Joe. Cheers.
Good.
Cheers, Steve. It's great, Andy. Thanks everyone for listening. Really enjoyed it.
So as always, take care, stay safe, and we'll see. Hopefully, we'll see some of you tomorrow night for the Songbird sessions, and then the following week, I think I've got a couple of different sessions running as well for some reason, but I'll post them on my pages. I'll lose track.
Yes.
So take care and have a nice flight home wherever you're heading.
Yes.
Thanks everyone.
Cheers, folks. Thank you.
Cheers.
See you later.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Well.
Goodbye.